Hello, here we are halfway through the week once again. It's Wednesday, the 7th of April 2021. A very good evening to you and welcome to our little chat show coming to you from Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. Another cold day. I don't know what it was like where you are. Quite cold. The sun was in and out. I did my litter pip as usual. Do you know what I was watching just before I came up? I don't know why it came up on my telly. I get YouTube on the telly. You know, you push the button, up it comes. Miss World. I saw Miss World. Now, I don't know about you. I haven't watched Miss World for years. They don't put it on the normal telly now, do they? Oh, it's really demeaning of women to put them on the telly like that. Well, listen, I'm gay. I'm not looking at it for that, but we love it. The gays love it. We love all the sparkle, all the razzmatazz, all the music. We absolutely love it. I'm telling you. And why, oh why, they bow down to these tiny little groups who moan all the time. Oh, you can't put that on the telly now. That offends them. This offends them. That offends them. It's all like that all the time, isn't it? Well, it's on YouTube. The whole thing. The whole blooming thing. And I was watching I think it was the 2019 Miss World. And I read about, let's have a look, 20 minutes ago, I thought, well, I've got to see who won. So I scrolled along to the end. And who was the host? Peter Andrex. You know, the one who sells the toilet paper. He used to dress up as a puppy. Did you know that? Peter Andrex. Yeah. He used to jump up at the toilet roll, grab it with his mouth and those teeth of his, and he'd go running down the stairs with it. Do you remember? He used to dress up as a puppy. Peter Andrex. Now hosting Miss World. Fantastic. And the bit right at the end, you know, where they put the crown on and all that bit there, they put the crown on. It's the same blooming music, which I love. Da, da, da. Oh, how's it go? Oh, I forgot the music now. I had that in my blooming head a while ago. I can't play it for you. I can't play any sound, I'm afraid, because we'll get done for the copyright. Oh, you're playing my music. Oh, I don't want you to play my music. Oh, I want some money for that. What, for 5 people watching it? I don't think so, sunshine. What do you want, £1 each? £1 each? Da, da, da. No, that's Dame Edna. Oh, I can't get that music. It doesn't matter anyway. Anyway, just on the little mobile camera thing I had there, the iPhone, I nicked some pictures off the telly just to remind you how blooming wonderful Miss World used to be. Now, I won't be able to play any of the sound. Let's just cut that sound there. Oh, I can't play any of the sound. But that's who won 2019 Miss Jamaica. Check out that crown. Oh, wow. I have to say that crown doesn't look particularly expensive, does it? Do you not think so? It looks a bit... I'm sorry, it looks a bit plastic to me. It really does. And there she is. Look at her going. Beautiful. Stunning. And it's just fabulous. And this is what we're missing on the television. This is what we're missing on the television. The sparkle, the lights, the razzmatazz. I love it. So if you miss Miss World, what used to be on the telly every year without fail, Morley, wasn't it? Eric Morley, mate, I don't know if he's still around. He's probably gone by now, years ago. He used to be the host, him and his missus, didn't they? And they'd be on there, and all these beautiful ladies from all over the world, and we used to just sit there and watch. I mean, I didn't find it was nothing to do with being demeaning to women. You know, no one has dragged any of those contestants at Miss World. You will come onto this stage, and you will do this, and no one's dragged them onto They want to be there. What's the problem? Of course there's going to be old dirty old pervs, you know, oh yeah, oh look at her, yeah, I know that, but isn't the same for everyone? I expect they're doing the same to Hollywilly Booby when she's on in the morning, dear. Probably not Philip Schofield. It's not really fanciable, is he really? You know, when people come on the telly and start saying they're gay and all that, what they're doing is advertising themselves. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. Miss World, look it up on YouTube. I expect the 2020 one's on. Oh, actually, probably there wouldn't have been one last year, would there? But it's all top quality and all that. It's like the BBC have done it, you know. And just before they announced That's the 2009 Miss World 2019. Just before they announced the winner, they had these because it was from London, from the XL Centre. They had a row of beefeater type trumpeters. Oh, razzmatazz and glitter. We love it. We love it. Shocking that these blooming television people bow down to these bloody little groups who moan left, right and centre. Anyway, there we are. So good evening to you, gang. If you're watching for the first time, a very good evening to you. We're quite light-hearted here. If you're in a chat box or a comment section of any sort, I don't see those comments. If you want to contact me, please send us a text there. It's in the top left-hand corner. 07451 287 337 is my text number. It's just a normal text number. It's not premium rate or anything like that, okay? So 07451 287 337. Or you can email me at that email address there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. You can also call in a little bit later on once I open the phone line. And the operators are not... They're not who's that there? Oh, she's cleaner. The cleaner's over there at the moment, just brushing off the chairs for the operators. They'll all be filing in at the moment. At the moment, they're having their sit-down meal. I can't afford to pay them at all, unfortunately, but I do like to give them a meal before they start answering all the millions of calls that do come in here to our massive studio complex here in the heart of Bracknell in Berkshire. It's quite easy to spot these studios, actually. If you're ever going along the M4 or the M3, depending which way you're looking, either left or right, you'll see like a white, it's almost like a star shining at ground level. That's our studios. That's our studios. It's wonderful, isn't it? Some people do this sort of thing from their bedroom. Here I am it's like crystal. It's like crystal. Well, it is crystal. A lot of it is crystal. The glass is not glass. It's specially designed crystal that I had installed at great cost to myself. I had to cash in my pension to have this place built. I had to cash in the pension, That's how it is. Anyway, so there we are. Laptop news. I'm very pleased to be able to tell you that I managed to get hold of the shop. Excuse me. The shop that were going to repair my laptop. They've had great difficulty getting part. Eventually, they did find a part in China, but the cost of having the thing brought over, plus the cost of the item and the fixing, came to more than half the price of a new machine. Now, when I say that, half the price of a new machine today, not 3 years ago, because you used to get a really good laptop for 350 quid. That's what the last one cost me. The same machine now, he priced out at 660 quid. I mean, it's just too much. It's too much. Fortunately, I was telling a friend of mine about this who also does karaoke, and he's got 5 spare laptops. Now, they won't be brand new. They won't be brand new. However, I have already got a backup laptop, which I could go out today and do a karaoke night with, right? So I've got that, but I don't like to go out with one, because if that fails, boom, end of the night. Disappointed people. We don't like disappointed people. I mean, it doesn't matter so much on here because they switch off anyway. But when you're out somewhere and they've paid for a drink, we paid for our drinks. Why haven't we got the entertainment tonight? So you want a backup, yeah? So my friend offered me for 250 quid, actually, a newish laptop, all sorted out, and actually with a solid state drive on it, which my backup one doesn't have. So I'm going to buy one from him and set that up, and then we'll be happy days. But there's a huge difference. You see, 660 is a hell of a lot of money to pay out at the moment. I'm a little bit worried how things are going at the moment with that sort of thing. So I'm having to watch it. But 250 is a far cry from 660, isn't it? You see what I mean? So I've said to him, that'd be fine. Or I haven't said it to him yet. I got onto the shop sort of quite late in the afternoon, then I went to bed and I'm up and here I am now, so I'll give my mate a ring tomorrow, and it's happy days. Fortunately the shop hadn't gone far enough down the line to bring the thing over and start. If they had done that, I would have just, okay, fair enough, you've started it, so I finished. Anyway, so I rang them up and they said, yeah, that's fine, no problem at all. I said, I'll pop back in for the old laptop if that's all right tomorrow, and I'll give you something for the diagnosis. Oh, no, we don't charge for diagnosis unless we actually fix it. I said, no, fair's fair. I'm a very fair person when it comes to paying out for stuff. If a job is done, I want to pay you for it. I find it very difficult to take things for nothing from anyone. Really, honestly, I do. So she said, well, she said, we really don't charge. Okay, well, I'll talk to you about it when I come in. And I'd like to give them, I don't know, 25 quid, 20 quid, 25 quid. You know, the only thing is, of course, I haven't got cash. I don't have any cash. I haven't got 25 quid cash, so she'll have to take it off me, beep beep thing, you know, when you touch the phone on the machine and all that business. She said, do you want it all put back together? She said, it's in bits at the moment. I said, oh no, I'm not bothered about that. I said, I would like the hard drive though. She said, okay, no problem at all, I'll get the hard drive out. Listen, a little bit of advice there. You ever put a old computer or something, it fails or whatever, take the hard drive out and destroy it. You must take that, because people are looking for old computers. They take the hard drive out and then they've got all your passwords, unless you've managed to delete everything first. Unless you absolutely trust the place, which actually I do at that shop. But you don't know where the computer will end up, you see? See what I mean? So I've asked for the hard drive back, so I'm popping back tomorrow afternoon to pick that up. But that's a result there, isn't it? You know, save myself a little bit of cash there with the old laptop, and hopefully that'll be sorted out tomorrow. Okay, let's say hello to some of you on the old tappy textings. Good evening to Pete Remington. Evening to you, Pete. Hope you were on this Wednesday night. Hello to Fran Green. Good evening, Fran. Evening, Fran. Shania's there on Isley Widget. Good evening, Shania. You right, darling? Lovely, Shania. Mike in Brighton says, who is it? Chris Reardon, live. We've got to have the echo on for that yet. Live from the Mirable Studios in Royal Berkshire. That's me. Evening, Mike. Hello to Diane Jebb. Good evening, Diane. There's Mark Bowles. Oh, I've got something to tell you, Mark Bowles. Oi, oi, pretty pants. Someone, now, who was it? I think it was Gary Ross this morning. He called me something like, pretty cheeks or something like that, and I had to pull him up, Mark. I had to pull him up. Gary, I think it was Gary Ross. Was it you, Gary? Oh, hang on, there's a message from him there. Yes, it was him. Good morning, sweet cheeks. That came from Gary Ross this morning when I was doing my radio. You don't listen to the radio show, do you, Mark? He sent me a message this morning. Good morning, sweet cheeks. I had to pull him up, Mark. I said that I'm sorry, you can't use those sort of terms to me, my darling. That is reserved for my Mark Bowles. Outrageous. I'm sorry, you have to be told. It's only you, Mark, that can call me things, you know, sweet cheeks, pretty pants, whatever. Little things like that. Cherry topping, things like that. I'm sorry, Gary, you can't be calling me things like that. Those particular phrases are for Mark's tippy-tappy fingers only. All right, my darling. Thank you, Mark. Good evening to Amelia Phillips. Hello to you. Good evening to Paul in Cornwall. He's having a cup of tea. Chocolate and a cup of tea. Oh, dear, don't. I had chocolate, didn't I, at the weekend? Quite a lot as well. No, not a lot. Not a lot. One egg, one bag of buttons, and one Cadbury's cream egg. That's not a lot of chocolate, is it? It's hardly any. I couldn't even see it, dear. I don't feel like I've eaten it, to be honest. There we go. Good evening to Paul there. Good evening to George Bond. Hello to Rachel Wheatland. Good evening, Rachel. John Parrish in the house there. Hope you're well. Contract finished now for the house. We'll pay tomorrow, then we can escape. Good luck with you, John. Good luck there, John. Do you know what Steve Allen's going in the hospital for? Do you know any idea what he's going in the hospital for? Because I don't know. You know, I really ought to listen to him on my little earphones as I walk around doing my litter picking and all that. Good evening to Sherry Parrish, who says, good evening, Chris and all your viewers. Love the colourful jacket as usual. Thanks for keeping us entertained. You're one in a million. Thank you very much, darling. And there's my very good friend, Jeff Burley. Hello, Jeff. Don't know when you're planning to go to Chapel Marina Studio, but if you get down there before us, don't forget I disconnected your water pipe. Thanks very much, Jeff. Actually, my nephew went round last week and put it back on for me. Okay, so that's all done now. Interestingly enough, let me read your message first. So you disconnected the water pipe, so thanks very much for that, Jeff. Yeah, I'm hoping to be there next week. I'm hoping to be there next week at some point, Jeff, okay? Linda's got some appointments at the beginning of the week. If we get down there first, I'll reconnect it for you, but not switch it on. Thanks very much, Jeff. I mean, I'd put yours on, but I'm not quite sure what to do, Jeff. I have taken mine off before. Did you want me to have a go, or are you happy doing it yourself? I mean, I'm happy to have a go for you. I would advise no one to ever say to me, could you do this for me, if it involves any sort of pushing two bits of metal or a pipe together. I mean, wires, I can usually get away with wires. But pipes and things like that. Strangely enough, Jeff, I can do things from here at my caravan. I can turn on the bedroom light. I can turn the heating and the air conditioning on and off from here on a phone. The other, and I can I can see my cameras there as well that are at the caravan. But strangely enough, now let's see if it's what it says now. I was getting some odd temperature readings today of 23 degrees in the caravan, which I thought was a little bit excessive when it's like 7 degrees outside. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Let's have a look now. The thing is, as you well know, anyone who's got a caravan, the moment, it doesn't necessarily have to be a really hot day outside, but the moment the sun comes up and hits that metal box, it can warm up quite considerably in a short space of time. And I looked at the caravan, it was indeed sunny where the caravan is, and I'm right out in the open, actually Jeff as well. We're completely out in the open. There's no trees, no shade whatsoever. Literally, the sun will come up and hit the whole of our caravans. And I'm hoping that's what it was. I can even log on, because I've got my little speaker things there. I can log on to my speaker things, right, first, and listen on my Amazon device here to the speaker there, so that when I turn something on, I can hear the bleep of the gadget that I've turned on, so I know it's on. You see what I mean? Let me have a look now. It was, in particular, the bedroom. The living room temperature was telling me it was 15 degrees, which is about 15, 30, 40, it was about 60, which, okay, I get away with that. But the bedroom was telling me 23 degrees. It was telling me 24 at one point. So it's 24, 48, 58, so it's about 76 degrees. I thought that's a bit hot in the bedroom, and I was wondering if somehow the heating had turned itself on. Let's have a look now. So I'll show you this to you. Look, here we go. Okay, so that's coming down now. Now it says 19. Can you see top there? It says 19 degrees now. So that has come down to what it was earlier. And the living room is a different thing here. I'll show you the living room as well. Okay, so the living room's 14.5 degrees. That's what it is at the moment, see? Ambient temperature, 14.5 degrees. The bedroom one always tends to be a few degrees higher. So maybe that's just what it was. The sun, you know, pulling up the temperature there. Very, very strange, really. Anyway, there we are. Yes, good evening to Gary Ross there. Sweet cheeks. Not sweet cheeks, Gary. You only get to call me mate. Sorry, hello, mate. There's none of that sweet cheeks or pretty pants or sugar plum fairy from you, dear. It's reserved for Mark comments like that, you know. He has a little phone next to him and he texts me all night long. All night long he texts when his missus is asleep. She'll be so disappointed when she's dumped, but never mind, dear. Good evening to Alan Ross. Hello, Alan. Just been playing with your soundboard that Ross Patzelt has uploaded to the internet. Yes, someone's uploaded a soundboard of expressions that I say. I think mainly on my radio show rather than here, and they just push a button and it comes out with phrases that I've got. Just a minute, let me see if I can find that. It's quite funny, actually. I don't think anyone's ever made a soundboard out of things that I say. Hang on a minute, where are we? There it is, Chris Reardon's soundboard. Let's see what else he's got on there. That's all right. All right, Mary. Could you do some likes on my show, please? Oh, yeah. Could you do some likes on my show, please? Can you do that, please? Thank you. It's disgusting. Shut up and listen. That's some sort of sicko job, that is, to be a plumber and send cameras down into pipes to look at people's poo. I think you need to see someone about that, Adam. You mad fool. Oh, I'm so disappointed now.
Oh, marvellous. Is that ISIS? Is that ISIS?
God, dear me, honestly. So he's put a soundboard up there. If you want to find that, just have a look at my Facebook. Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK is where you'll find that, all righty. Good evening to Chris Cross. Hello, Chris Cross. He says, good morning, sweet cheeks. He was looking at your bum. I doubt that very much, Chris Cross, darling. You know. I suppose you want to see it for the third time, do you, dear? Good evening to Vera Taylor. Hello, Vera. Nice to see Vera. And we were talking. Did I see? Where's? Where's? Did we get? I had. Oh, there it is. There it is. Vera Taylor. She sent in her photos. I told you. Remember what I said to you last night, like the other week, or on the last show? Vera is. Oh, 60. Was it 60? Just a minute. Hang on. Was it 60? Vera turned 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Vera turned 60 years old in February. And I said to you, the black don't crack. Now, Vera was we were just having a little bit of an email thing going on earlier. And Vera told me it was always quite funny. They hear the name Vera and they all immediately imagine a white elderly lady coming in. And this is back in the 1970s. And she was a young black girl. Anyway, here is the proof, all right? Here is the proof that the black don't crack. You ready for this? Oh, hang on a minute. You should have two photos on it. Why have I only got one photo? Oh, yeah, see what I've done. Here we go. Now, there is a beautiful picture of Vera in India. That's not it. There she is. That beautiful lady, it's one of our karaoke people, is 60 years old. See? Now tell me you don't wish you was a different colour. You can't see the age of them. They hide their blooming age, don't they? Look. Shocking state of affairs, right? Well, if you thought that was beautiful enough, check this one. Look at that. I love it. And am I right in saying, Vera? Hang on a minute. Look at that outfit you've got on there. Look. Look, I've got the same sort of thing. Ganja leaves, darling. Ganja leaves. Except yours are a different colour. No, you've got palm trees, haven't you? So that photo was taken of Vera in India. And as I say, she is now 60 years old. Fantastic, Vera. Fantastic. Although I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed with you there, Vera. You're in India there. Now, I don't see a sari on there. I don't see a sari on there at all, Vera. I would have thought if you went to India, you would have tried to fit in with them. I mean, I'm sorry, Vera. Are you a racist, darling? Is that why you haven't got one of those saris on? It's a racist! Where's your sari, India? You can't go in places like that, dear. And what was that? Thought someone had just tried and shot me through the window, dear. You can't go to places like India and not wear the usual stuff, you know. When I go to the gay beaches in America or somewhere like that, I've always got on the tiniest pair of Speedos so that I fit in with everyone else. That's what we have to do. Tiny, it's like a piece of string it is. It's so small. The beauty of my body. So thanks so much for sending those pictures in there, Vera. As always, gang, you can send pictures in if you want to. I can't put them up immediately. Okay, you have to wait till the next show. But if you want to, it's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I was also talking in the last show about a very good friend of mine, Titi LeCamp. Who was a drag queen and has decided after a year of not doing it, and she's not the only one actually, to be honest, she's going to give it up. And Richard, my very good friend Richard Morris, sent in a photograph here. Vera, where is it? Oh, what an idiot. I haven't put it on there. Oh, how can I do this? Right, give me a second and I'll try and do this. Because it is on the system, I just haven't put it on the blooming programme. Let's put that as scene 2. Titty LeCamp was a drag queen. I say was. She's still alive. She's not dead, don't get me wrong. But she's decided to give it up. She's thrown in the towel. And she was so fantastic. Over the years, I worked with her many, many times. And she did parodies of different things and what have you. And here she is as... I think this is the Michelle McManus thing. Now, that looks... Hang on, I've got the blooming photo the wrong way round. How am I going to do this? Transform. Let's rotate it. Oh, it's rotated the wrong way. 180. Is that right? Oh, good. What have I done? No, I've done it wrong. I'm doing this wrong. Transform. There we go. Okay, right. We can show you that now. That's already on the system. There you go. That's Titty LeCamp. And there she's doing a parody. I think that's Michelle McManus. You know, the one who sung on... Is it Pop Idol? My God, that's a few years ago now as well, isn't it? So that was Titty LeCamp. And I worked with her for many years. I was actually DJ for her at a talent show. And she won the talent show, you see. She won the talent show as a brand new drag queen. And I've worked with her for over 30 years. And she's given it all up. I know she was been thinking about giving it all up for some time. Of course, the pandemic has forced many entertainers to completely stop work, at least going out to venues and things like that, including myself. You know, we've had no money really coming in at all from our work. You could have had some money from the government, not a lot, some money from the government. I couldn't claim that because I've got rents coming in, you see. The thing is with that, although I've got rents coming in, they don't seem to take the goings out. Do you see what I mean? They see what's coming in, but they forget what's going out. So I'm way down here with what's coming in at the moment. So she, however, worked in the post office. And she's worked in the post office for years and decided that she's a lot happier not doing it. So she's chucked in the towel. And actually, she's not the only one. There's some of the other drag queens as well I've given up. And DJs, all people like this, you know. Terrible, really. A terrible waste of talent as well, I think. Terrible waste of talent. Not her, because she's decided that. But the people who can't get the work and have been forced to go and do other jobs. You know, perhaps they quite like the new job, so they're not going to do the drag anymore. So we've lost entertainment. There'll be some new ones coming along. I mean, there's old school drag queens who will stand there and entertain you, and they look great. You know, don't get me wrong, they look great. There's new school entertainment drag queens, like what you see on RuPaul's Drag Race, and actually the two are not connected. They don't, you know, there's that sort and there's that sort. Really, and there's not much of a crossover. The ones on the RuPaul Drag Race look fantastic. They absolutely look fantastic. But I doubt that they'll be able to entertain you. Not some of them will, but not all of them. For example, like someone like Dave Lynn or Miss Jason Wood, who are like top stand-up comedian type drag queens, if you see what I mean. You know, so there's a big difference between the two. Is one better than the other? No, I think time has just moved on. My preference is the older type. But the youngsters, they love this RuPaul Drag Race thing. It's huge. It's huge. And these people come on with perfect outfits, the makeup and all that, the hair and all that. They look fantastic. I don't know if they can stand on a stage, though, and entertain, like, you know, for an hour and a half sometimes. That sort of thing. But we wait to see. So thanks very much for that, Vera. Good evening to Maureen. Good evening, Maureen. Welcome along to Maureen in London. Jeff says all taps in the van are turned on. Oh, okay. Excellent, Jeff. Jeff's done all his stuff. Excellent, Jeff. Jeff's already doing it. Good. John Paris, Steve Allen's having a checkup with a camera waterworks. Oof. Is he having the camera up in his willy? Oh, that must be painful. Actually, one of my mates had that done. Literally. Sorry, I mean, we can talk about this. It's not rude, is it? They get your willy and down a little opening, they put a camera. Seriously, they put a camera down the opening, and my mate had it done. And I said, does it hurt? He said, it's more uncomfortable than hurt, but he went a little bit too far and touched the bladder, and he said he screamed out in pain. Oh, I mean, that's got to be worse than the one up your bum, or even the one down your throat. God's sake, well, good luck to him for that. Not jealous of something like that. Waterworks or stomach pains, is it? Okay, well, good luck to him there. Good evening to Andy. Andy, hello to you. You always brighten up our days with your chat and fabulous jackets. Yes, some of them, actually, the really expensive ones are the dull ones. They're the dull ones, and some of them were, because I bought them a few years ago when all the cash was coming in from the DJing. I mean, believe me, I don't lie to you. I had very good money some years ago. You'd have to go back a little bit far now, sort of 5 years. Very, very good money. And I never wasted it. I never have done and still don't now. A lot less coming in now, but in that time. So I bought some expensive jackets, Ralph Lauren and all that. And actually, I prefer these ones. These are about 25 quid. That's all. They're very thin, You wouldn't want to wear one of these on a winter nights out. Thank you, Andy. Pete Rimington saw my nephew Jimmy. He's 24 now. He's just had his birthday. He's an April the 1st birthday boy. He's an April, and he is a fool. I saw Jimmy on Martin's channel the other day. Never seen him so happy because him and his girlfriend are having a baby. They're so excited. They're so excited, I have to tell you. All the best of the family. Thank you, Pete. Mike in Brighton says, Vera looks amazing. Yes, she does. Do you want to have a look? Another look, would you? Can we have the Indian photo? Where is she, lover? I like that one. The Indian photo where she's being racist because she hasn't got a sari on. I love it. You look absolutely fantastic. Oh, did you go on holiday on your own there, Vera? I'm an on my own holiday type person. Yeah, I prefer to go on my, unless it's with family. I love. What's this there? Yeah, so it's my friend of mine who, funnily enough, I went on holiday with him 25 years ago, Barbados. Yeah, 25. I can't believe it. 25 years ago, I went away with my mate Steve when I lived in Wandsworth on holiday to Barbados. So long ago, that was nice. I had a room overlooking the ocean. Actually, beautiful place. So she certainly does look amazing there. Evening to Ollie K. Ollie K. I'm officially 23 minutes late. He says. You seriously know how this show works now, don't you, Ollie? Is Ollie texted? He's 13, Ollie. He says, evening, Chris. I'm officially 23 minutes late. I think I need the suffering and beating. Yes, you do. I'm going to have another one. It's outrageous. What sort of time do you call this, Ollie? Dear me, suffering and beating for you today. Should be having a word with your father later. Fran, what's Fran saying here? Let's have a look. She looks about 45 years. I wouldn't even put her at 45, Vera, to be honest, Fran. But it's true what they say. Black people look much younger than white people. It's a fact. It's a fact. Lucky. John, what's this John say? I had to call it a day being a drag queen. Stage name was... I'm not reading that out. Hello to Ray Reynolds. Good evening, Ray. Evening to my friend Ray Reynolds. And Vera said, oh, you went with Guy and Paul to India, did you? Did you? Was this with the crocodiles and all that? Hang on, where was that? Oh, no, that... I can't remember now. I know Paul and... I didn't know you were with... How comes I didn't know you were with them? The photos, I don't remember seeing you in those photos when you went with those two. Strange, isn't it, really? Oh, well. Good evening to Danny Woodhouse. I've got my book with me tonight. The Summer Collection. 3 million mouth-watering recipes for summer. Oh, he'd be busy cooking with the fish and all that. And thanks to Paul for sending his new setup in. I'll have a look at that when I've finished the show because that's not doesn't sort of come on the systems there. All right, my darlings. Just a reminder, gang, if you're in any sort of chat box or you're putting comments on anything, I don't actually see those. To contact me, please send a text. If you've never sent a text before, put your name on there as well. You only need to do that once, and then I put you in the system. Then I know who I'm talking to. Okay, text in 07451 287 337 or send an email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Alrighty. First of all, gang. There's a little announcement as well. A little announcement later. Something I've had to do. Okay. First of all, gang, our story there that I had up for you on the sort of advert. Tomato sauce. There you go. Now, if you're going to America, which is unlikely because the planes aren't flying there at the moment, are they? I suppose you could swim over. Have we got any strong swimmers? Could swim across the Atlantic Ocean over to America? Actually, I was watching a film earlier. Hang on, I wrote that down. Where is it now? Seaspiracy, I think it is. I think it was Mike who told me to watch it, actually. Mike in Brighton. Seaspiracy, about what goes on in the oceans. You know, when you sit there and eat fish, that sort of thing. I mean, we've got this image in our heads of a little fishing boat, haven't we? You know, it's going out there, chucking a couple of lines out, maybe a little net, something like that, catching a few fish, and then we sit there and eating it. It's not like that, I'm afraid. It's not like that. It's the same, you know, when you see these adverts for lamb or something like that, you know, and there's a little lamb in the field running around. Oh, that looks tasty, doesn't it? You don't know what these animals go through. It's dreadful. Dreadful, and that's what turned me vegetarian. I would never say to you, oh, you must become vegetarian or vegan. That's entirely up to you. Never. I just tell you about my experiences and what I've seen, and it really is horrific when you see some of these YouTube videos. But it's the same at the sea. Don't imagine this tiny little boat out there. It is big time business, and what goes on in those oceans and these animals that are ended up on the beach with stomachs full of bits of plastic. But we are told that it's all bottles and things like that. Plastic bottles, plastic bags. And yes, there's a lot of that in the ocean. So much of it you wouldn't believe. You've got to watch that film. It's on Netflix. It's called Seascape. But do you know what there is in there more than anything else? Old fishing tackle. Nets. Lines, those little ball things that hold, full of air, that hold the nets up, those things. It's full of it. And it ends up on oceans, on seashores, in islands, far, far away. And wows come up onto the beach dead, and they open them up and they're full of plastic. It's terrible. It's really, really terrible. You know, so if you're going to go and swim to America, be very careful. Don't open your mouth, my love. Because in the middle of the ocean, right, and there's a particular company called Dolphin Safe. Dolphin Safe, right? And there, lots and lots of dolphins are killed. Not necessarily purposely. What happens is they get caught up in the nets where they're trying to catch something like tuna. They're not actually trying to catch the dolphins, but unfortunately, it happens. And it happens quite a lot, much more than you would imagine. Hundreds and thousands of dolphins are killed every year accidentally. And what do? When they're out in the ocean? They just chuck them back in. They don't tell anyone. How do you know what's going on in that little boat? Well, I say little boat, large boat out at sea. You don't know what's happening. You come back. Did you catch any dolphins? No, we didn't. They've chucked them back in. Chucked them back in. It's a real eye-opener. I haven't finished watching it. Seascape. I think it's called Seascape. 1 minute. Seaspiracy. It's called Seaspiracy, and it's on Netflix. Give that a watch. Please watch it and have your eyes opened on that one. And don't be one of those people, oh, I don't want to know. I just want to eat it. Stuff my fat face with it. You want to know. Seriously, you want to know, and perhaps you might do something about it. It's up to you. But going back onto the story there, you see the tomato sauce there? Now, this is it's got to be the worst news of the day. Worst news of the day. Are you ready for this? Especially if you're in the US of A. On the BBC website, the US is facing shortages of tomato ketchup. Oh my God. Isn't that the worst thing ever? Shortages of tomato ketchup. After coronavirus pandemic led to a surge in demand for sachets of the popular condiment. Now, I'm not one for these sachets. I really aren't. I can't bear them. You know, there you are at the fish and chip shop trying to open one of those. And sometimes you can't get the damn thing open. Then you put it in your mouth and then you squeeze it a bit and it all ends up all over. I can't bear sachets. There was nothing ever wrong with having a few bottles on the Heinz tomato ketchup or whatever you've got, you know, on the counters in restaurants. And they used to fill them up. Probably not with Heinz, but it didn't matter. It was still tomato sauce, wasn't it? Actually, someone told me on here the other day, one of you lot told me to try the Lidl tomato sauce soup. Who was that? Was that? Well, I'm sure that was someone on here. Might have been Denise Andrews, actually. Because I always buy Heinz cream of tomato soup. So the other day, I bought the little one. And I had a bowl of it last night with a bit of bread, which is why I had terrible acid last night. And I couldn't notice any difference. Lidl, probably about 20 pence. Heinz, 50 pence. Lovely. Oh, do you like tomato soup? Oh, yes. Heinz cream of tomato ketchup. Has it actually got cream in it? Has it? Has it got cream in it? I know Bachelors do one as well. It's quite thin, the Bachelors one. But I had the little one. It was lovely. Nothing wrong with it. Nice tin of soup. Anyway, the US is facing a shortage of tomato ketchup. Isn't this terrible? Heinz, the most widely sold brands of ketchup, said the rise in demand had been driven by accelerated delivery and take-out trends. How upset are you when you go to McDonald's? You order your stuff, or it's delivered on that Deliveroo or out eating or whatever it's called, something like that. How upset are you? That bag gets to your door. Thanks very much. You close the door, then you sit down, and there you are. You pull out your burger and your chips. Where's the tomato sauce? They haven't put one in. Or straws. There's another one. Where's the straws? How can you have a vanilla thick shake without straw? What are we supposed to do? Drink it out of the cup? God, we're not savages, are we, dear? We need the straw. Oh, I hate that when they forget to put the things in. Well, the US is running out of tomato ketchup. The packs, these little plastic things, what are they called? Sachets. The sachets often accompany delivery orders and have effectively replaced the bottles kept on restaurant tables. And dreadful for the environment. Again, going back to the whole plastic thing that's in the ocean, why have we got these silly little plastic sachets? The answer's already there in front of them, isn't it? Bottles, glass bottles that you can refill. That's what they used to do. Why can't we just do it again? Now and again, clean the bottles out. It's not difficult. Put it in the damn dishwasher. It's not difficult, is it? Kraft Heinz told the AFP news agency that it already had made adjustments to its production process, but the demand was greater than supply. We can't get enough of it. I must say, there are certain meals I smother in tomato sauce. I really do. Ask my sister. When we're at the Trawler's Catch in Skegness, there I am with my baked. Oh no, actually no, baked beans on chips. If I've got baked beans, I don't add tomato sauce as well. I mean, that really is taking the piss, isn't it? Eh? Not tomato sauce and baked beans. God's sake, I'll be as fat as Gemma Collins if I start eating like that, won't I? It's bad enough now trying to hold it off. Anyway, prices for ketchup packets have risen 13% since January last year, according to the Wall Street Journal, CNN International. It's reported that restaurant managers had been using generic versions and searching shop aisles for alternatives. How can we have French fries without Heinz ketchup? The owner of the Denver, Colorado restaurant Blake Streak Tavern said. Previous shortages included toilet rolls. Pepper. Oh, don't run out of toilet roll, love. I don't think I ever run out of toilet roll. Thank God for that. Previous shortages included toilet roll, pepperoni. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's horrible. How can anyone eat that? That comes in a little plastic packet, that long thing. It's like dog food, isn't it? It's like a dog chew. Pepperami. Comes in that long green thing. I always find them over the forest. People are stuffing their faces over there, left, right and centre. Oh, someone obviously had a party in the bushes the other day. Not so much in the bushes, among the trees. There I was walking up. What's that over there? Oh, Christ. Packets everywhere. In the forest. Dirty people. Aluminium cans. They were running out of aluminium cans at one point, according to US reports. You see, we've got all these throwaway things, haven't we? Which condiment can you not do without, as a matter of interest? Is there a condiment that you can't do without? Tomato sauce? HP sauce? Mayonnaise? Do you like that? Mayonnaise? Mustard? If I'm going to sit you down in front of a meal of some sort, it might be chips, might be something else. Which is the one condiment that you can't do without? Mine is tomato sauce. I can do without all the others. Vinegar, salt, pepper, I do without all those. But I need the tomato sauce. Desperate. I could do with some now. I might just go down and get my bottle of tomato sauce and have a plate of it in front of you tonight. Would you like me to do that? Which condiment can you not do without? Got a phone line open now if you want to call in. The operators are now. They're there. Hello, girls. Hi. Hello, Chris. How are you? Oh, all right, thank you very much. Thanks for the dinner. That's okay. Anytime. So the least I can do is give you a meal before you start work. All the operators. Hello, girls. You can see them sitting there, look, all waiting for your calls now. Can you see that? Look, there's not many people on a phone call yet. Do you know why that is? Because no one's bleeding rung in yet. That's why. Okay? So if you want to talk, so you heard that, didn't you? I should have pushed my button when I sniffed then. Always try and push my button when I sniff. So if you want to call in now, operators are standing by. 020 8144 3477. What condiment would you really miss? Chris Cross says, I'm mixed race and neither you or I look our age. I am 59 now. Yeah, Chris Cross is another one. He doesn't look like he's nearly 60. He really doesn't. Chris Cross. DJ Chris is Chris Cross, incidentally. DJ Chris. Ollie K, that's that vegan teacher's job. Have you seen her on TikTok and on the internet? Some of the time I get the point, but it annoys me for some reason. Vegan teachers. No, is that her name? Vegan teachers. Shall I have a look? On TikTok. Oh, that's sad. That's oh, we don't want to. I really don't want to do sad news on here. Oh, hang on. Let me just check my temperature in the caravan now. Sorry, I like to do things like... Oh, hang on. Sorry, Daniel. Do you want to try that? Oh, yeah, we're down now. 18 degrees. Well, that's dropping now, so it must have been the sun. Sorry, Daniel, I missed you then. Do you want to try that again, mate? What am I looking on here for? Oh, vegan teacher. TikTok. Have you got my TikTok there? TikTok. Right, vegan... Let's see if it is called vegan teacher. Might be. Yeah, vegan teacher. Here we go. Users, vegan teacher. Is it the... Let me put my Harry Potter glasses on. My little great-nephew Harry likes these. Vegan teachers. Here we go. Oh, there's like 3 of them. Seems to be... Is it the real vegan teacher? Let's try. Vegan teacher, 1988. Can you have a look... Can you have a look for us, Ollie? And I can see the same thing as you then. I'm looking under users. And it's like, can you see that? There's a few. The real vegan teacher. That vegan teacher. There's 2 of those. That vegan teacher. And vegan teacher 1988. Which one is it, Ollie? And I'll have a look there. Yeah. 020 8144 3477. Good evening to Christina Ewing. Hello. Hello, lovely Christina Ewing. Who says, Christina was in Portsmouth, now in Germany. I like the German national anthem. Yeah. Da, 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 da. We actually use that tune at Catholic churches for a mass piece called the Tantamego. Tantamego. You'll know this, Vera. Tantamego sacramento, fene remo cenui, et anticum documentum novo ceda ritui, et anticum documentum, like that. Love my favourite national anthem in the whole world, the Russian one. Wow. How fantastic is that? Da, 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 da. There's on YouTube again. Oh, George Bond is calling in. Let's take George Bond. Just a second, George. I'll be with you. What was I saying? Oh yes, on YouTube there's one where there's a load of children like on a big stage, and old Putin is there, and you can see he's about to cry. All these kids are singing this national anthem. It's fantastic. Fantastic. That's the best national anthem in the world is the Russian one. Good evening, George.
Good evening, Chris.
Hello there. All right?
Yes. You was on about tomato sauce
Yes.
things. Well, they can't use the glass things
Why is that
at the
then?
moment because of COVID.
Oh, of course. Very good point, George.
Yeah.
Very, very good point. Of course they can't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So in a way, we're stuck with these things at the moment, aren't we? Very, very good point. Yeah, we can't share cutlery or anything, can we, when you think about it?
No.
No, very good point. Well done, George. Well spotted, George. I mean, I did know that already. I was just testing people out to see who would think of it first, really.
Yes. Because when you said that, I was thinking, you can't do that.
Yeah, oh, that's it, George, you see. Yep, you're quite right. Can't be touching different things from other people at the moment. Not even parcels. I spray all my shopping when I get it in, you know. All gets sprayed with antivirus spray from Lidl, £2.50 a bottle. But it does last a long time. All the cans get everything. Everything that comes in this house gets sprayed now with that antivirus stuff.
You even sprayed the spray.
Yeah, even if you was to walk in my door, I would have to spray you from top to bottom.
I use hand sanitizer.
What, on your face?
Yeah.
No, I'd have to do your whole from the top, not just your hands, all the way down. You would be sprayed. I want some sort of device like some sort of water, perhaps a sprinkler system that I can have installed over the door, so it will come on automatically when people approach my house, so that they're sprayed completely before they can enter into my properties.
No, because they'd be moaning because they'd be asking, saying, I think you got a leak there.
They might well do that. Have you had a nice day, George? Everything else all right with you?
Yes, I went to archery today.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Did you shoot anyone? Any ducks, any birds or anything like that?
No.
We're going to do a couple of sparrows. There's too many of those around. Sparrows and squirrels. See how many of them you can get today.
Not really, no.
Have a nice evening, George. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. 0208 144 3477 if you want to call in. We're just reading our lovely Christina Ewing's phone call there, text message. Christina, who is now in Germany, Texan at heart. Texan, Dallas. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. That's the one. She says, I like the pictures of your holiday with your nephew a few years ago. Was that the Las Vegas ones? Fantastic. There's actually a series of videos that we did from there. I don't know if you know that, Christina. Yes, I'm sure it was a video I put up, wasn't it? Was it a video I put up? If you just click on that video and then you'll probably, and look at the dates around that date, and you'll see that there's got to be about 10 Vegas videos up there that we did together. And then there's one, we did also a series of videos from Florida as well, actually, Christina. She says, I was in Las Vegas a few weeks back, got my jab and was on a business trip, but thought of you in the garden. So when I see this stuff on the telly, all this Vegas stuff, of course, it brings back great happy memories of when I was there with Jimmy on our second holiday together. And the really sad thing is, now, of course, they've got a baby coming along and a girlfriend. I guess that's it now, And... well, it's just how it is, Oh, Christ, what's that there? Hang on, I've just caught up with a blooming wire underneath here. I'd love to go on holiday with them again, but, people grow up. I guess I've just got to wait for the other kids to grow up now. The oldest ones of there are 8. 8. So Jimmy's first holiday, he was 17, so 8. I've got to wait 9 years before I can take another child on holiday, or children. Because, of course, it's really take one nephew, but now you couldn't take one and not the other. Do you see what I mean? And I was thinking about that the other day. I wonder how that would work, taking a couple of children away on holiday. Now, would you take a brother and sister from the same family, right? Or would you take a boy and a boy from 2 different families, and then a girl and a girl from 2 different families? I'm not quite sure what would be the best way to do that. Take the brother and sister, brother, sister, brother from one family, and then brother, sister, I say sister as well, but I wouldn't be able to take Olivia, unfortunately. But brother and sister from that family as well. Do you see what I mean? Or do you put the 2 boys together, go with them, and then the girls together and go with them? How would that work? What would be the best way to do that? I was trying to work that out in my brain yesterday in the hope, touch wood, that we'll all be here in like 9 years' time. I can see me having to dip into the pension fund for that one, dear. Christ. It's bad enough taking 1, 2, and me. Perhaps I could just send them on their own. And there you go. Here's some money. Get on the train. Bye. On the phone then, we got Daniel Woodhouse. Good evening, Daniel.
Good evening, Chris.
You all right?
I'm very well.
I'd like to congratulate you for changing the battery in your smoke alarm after 1 whole year.
Well, if someone had only told me how to do it, then I would have got it done earlier. But no one there's no leaflets that come out, this is how you change this battery.
I look at your videos and I look at your pictures and I look at your chatting away on your Facebook, and I can't believe it, but we have something in common.
All right.
We have. I know people have seen you as well when they've seen me, looking at me now actually, and they probably think, well, what on earth can you have in common with Daniel Woodhouse? And clearly, you're crap at DIY as well.
Crap at DIY. Well, yeah, I suppose I am. It's just not in me. It's not in my system.
No, me neither. I can't do it either, mate.
Only thing is, Chris, when did I actually do the DIY?
Well, you did it on the smoke alarm. You replaced the battery.
Is that DIY?
Of course, that's DIY, dear. Anything that involves
that
changing something or getting a screwdriver out, or probably, if you're more like me, getting a knife out and trying to do with that because you can't be bothered to go to the drawer where the screwdrivers are. Did you use a knife?
I'd started with a knife, and then I realised I think it just needed enough to actually just give it a push in at the side, and then it would slide across and come down.
People have done themselves terrible damage through using knives instead of screwdrivers when that blooming knife slips. And when you watch some of these people doing DIY, they've got, I don't know, something between their legs, like a piece of wood or something, jammed between their knees.
Oh, thank God, that's what it is.
Something sharp on the top, and they're bagging it with a hammer. I can't watch this. It's like watching, you have to, when you're teaching little children to cut up food and things like that, you must tell them, keep your hand behind the blooming knife. Terrible damage they can do to themselves, little people.
So,
speak, child, your servant is listening.
Yeah, well, as I said to you earlier, Chris, I've actually prized off the bookshelf the famous summer collection. It's actually only 140 recipes for summer.
Oh, you're not going to read all those out now, are you?
Well, no, but I'd just like to give you a couple of things that have really made me go, oh.
Is it like poetry?
No, it's actual proper food.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was this, I think the star recipe in here that I've done for years and years is the fried halloumi cheese
Ooh.
with a lime and caper vinaigrette.
Now that I like halloumi. I do like halloumi.
Yeah, it's slices of halloumi cheese, dusted in seasoned flour, and then shallow fried. And then when they reach that stage where they've crusted, there's got a nice crust around them.
Oh, that happens. That happens to my sister's knickers. They go crusty.
Oh,
Yeah. Sometimes when I give her a lift somewhere and she gets in the car and you can hear it crunching as she's sitting there on the chairs. She got crusty knickers. Anyway, carry on.
yes, I think I better. And then for a dressing of lime juice, white wine vinegar, caper berries, a clove of garlic, preferably smoked garlic if you can get it, some mustard powder, coriander leaves, extra virgin olive oil, and salt, and of course freshly ground black pepper. And that is then poured over the halloumi cheese as it's nearing the end of the frying stage, and then served on the plate with some fresh coriander and sprigs. And I've enjoyed that many years, I have.
That sounds very nice. I do like a halloumi burger.
Yeah.
I really
the one
do.
I never have got to do so far was the Thai fish cakes. Now, these are different. These are not... We always think fish cakes always got to have mashed potato in them.
Are they made out of actual Thai people?
Well, let's find.
Are they
let's
ladyboys?
find out. Oh, it's
Are they
actually- it's
ladyboy fish
white
cakes?
Cod haddock cake, etc. Some 2 spunions, which are sliced. Coriander leaves. Spunions, by the way, that's spring onions. See, spring onions, spunions. Yeah. Red curry paste, coriander leaf, fresh green chilli, groundnut oil, and then a cucumber dipping sauce. We'll forget that bit. Can't stand a cucumber.
I heard that you like a cucumber. Is that right?
No, you got the wrong person there.
I doubt that very much.
You can't. You know, they taste weird.
You don't like cucumbers?
No, they taste weird.
My sister grows those. My sister,
Well,
I think she grew...
Maybe the pickled ones.
Hang on a minute. Did she grow cucumbers once? I can't remember now. She did tomatoes. One year, it was a few years back now, I think they stopped doing it. But my sister still keeps a few little bits and pieces going. They did loads of stuff. I know there was tomatoes, there was potatoes, there was lettuce. I think there was cabbage. They did loads of stuff. They got a whole selection of videos on my brother-in-law's, one of my brother-in-law's channels. I'm not sure what one it would be on, either the Butler's Empire or the Retro Restore one. One of those two, yeah. Do you ever grow things like that, do you?
We've never been able to really here.
Oh, okay.
Mum's never really been much of a vegetable person for growing them.
Do you have a garden or a balcony or
Well,
anything?
me, not officially, me at the flat in Romford, no, but we do have a garden here at Mum's, which does actually tend very well
Okay, yeah.
with the flowers. I know, I forgot, there was the star recipe in here that they say was a star recipe, was something called chicken basque.
Right.
I don't know if that's basque as in separatist, but... yeah, chicken
Basque separatist chickens. You know, guaranteed to explode as soon as you put one in your mouth.
Yeah. So I suppose they haven't done Al Qaeda Turkey as well.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Islam.
perhaps you could stack it up on the plate and then knock it down.
Yeah.
Dreadful, dear, dreadful. Carry on,
Trying to get
bitch.
hold of that. It's about, should be on summer meat and poultry, Sri Lankan curry. There's the rice to go with it. Salt in bocca. I remember that one.
Salt in what?
Salt and bocca. It's fillets of pork which are then batted down very thinly,
Oh, right.
and then it's got covered in use a cocktail stick to lay a Parma ham on top, and then that's fried and served with masala wine. You make a sauce with masala wine.
I don't know what that is. Masala wine. No idea what that is. Is that
Yeah.
Is that like just for cooking? Is it then?
Probably, it's probably one of them wines, you know,
Oh,
that
right.
you wouldn't
Okay.
normally.
Yeah.
But even for me, would be too much to actually drink. Where's my chicken basque? I can't. That's chicken with sherry. Oh, there, chicken basque. Yeah, it was the one pot chicken joints. It says. I mean, I'd rather a boneless diced chicken, really. Peppers, onion, garlic, chorizo sausage, and then the rice, of course. Chicken stock, dry white wine, tomato paste, paprika, and some halved olives. And for the colour, some slices of orange.
Oh, I like the slices of orange. That sounds nice.
Oh, yes, I've done that.
Right.
Yeah. Right, what's your...
Time's up.
Time's up. My mum says time's up.
Oh, what's going? Does she only allow you to go on the phone for so long? Is she a
She's
bit
got
like
some
George Bond's
programme
nan?
on the
Kate and William's wedding, I want to
Kate and William's wedding.
What?
Sure, Kate and William's wedding, apparently.
What about
I don't know
it?
if I'm sure it's not Kate Williams out of Love Thy Neighbour.
Oh, God.
What about it?
Oh, she's getting desperate now.
Oh, what? She wants the telly back now, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Bye.
I'm sorry, Chris, I know. Absolute. What can a man,
Cheerio,
what can a man
dear.
do, eh?
He's only allowed the telly for so long. This gets madder and madder, this show, doesn't it? Thank you, Danny. Good evening to... sorry, what did we do? Have I read all yours out, Christina? Yeah, she was in the gardens in Las Vegas. And funnily enough, I was watching a film called... Sorry, I had these things in order, but it's funny, you know, as the show goes on, things come up and things change. And think, oh, I'll bring that in now. The film is called Next, which I just finished watching this afternoon. So this is about this bloke, and he can see 2 minutes into the future. He's a very famous actor, actually. Can't remember his name for the life of me at the moment, but he's kind of got long, sort of almost like a bit of curly hair coming down here. And he's got a really interesting face. Not ugly or anything, just an interesting face he's got. And this film Next, he can see 2 minutes into the future. And he's doing this magic show in Vegas, of course. And, of course, you see all these different things in Vegas. And I recognised all of them. Of course, that's where me and my nephew were. Actually, it's not the first time. I've been to Vegas twice. First time was with my mate, which was nice. Don't get me wrong, that was lovely. We stayed at the Flamingo Hotel. He does nothing but slag it off. He does nothing but slag that hotel off because it was the cheapest one there. Well, that's what I stay in, cheap hotels with sticky carpets. As long as there's a shower and a telly and something to eat, I couldn't care less. It was a lovely holiday. And then the second time, of course, I took my nephew and we stayed at the Excalibur Hotel, which is a bit further up the Scow sort of thing. Can't have my nephew staying in a cheap hotel, thank you very much. You know. He said, look, when I booked the seat on the plane, my mate says to me, he said, are you going on the economy seats? I said, what, my nephew? I don't think so, darling. Not putting my nephew in the back of that plane, my love. God, he won't be able to breathe with those other people. Oh, it's dreadful. Oh, the smell, dear, coming from the back of those planes. It's horrendous. How anyone can sit there, I don't know. Yeah, and so it's showing you bits of that. And this film, basically, I think it's either the Russians or the Chinese. They've smuggled in a nuclear bomb and it's going to blow up the place. And they want this bloke who can see 2 minutes into the future to help them find it. Except at first he doesn't want to do it. Right, so they force him to do it. But then he comes along with them and it's a good film. So that's called Next, N-E-X-T, and that's on Netflix, okay? Good evening to Jason Hughes. Andy said he would miss... HP fruity sauce I used to love. Can't find it anywhere just lately. Has that disappeared? Is that not the same as HP brown sauce? I was never a fan of the brown sauce. I hate it. Looked like diarrhea to me. And you know what that smells like. Oh, God. Diarrhea. Oh, not nice, is it? Is that a different sauce? Maybe it is, I don't know. Vera says she's on YouTube, this lady, the vegan... What's she called again? Ollie says, wasn't it? Oh, there's for Ollie there. I can't find her on TikTok, he says. Okay, but she's on YouTube. The Vegan Teachers. Thanks very much. The Vegan Teachers is the one there. Chris Cross says he's a good actor. Yes, he is. Can you find out his name? Nicolas Cage. Thanks very much, Chris. That's the bloke. Thanks, Chris. Nicolas Cage. is the main character in there. And he's great as he is in all his films, great actor. And also in that film is the bloke who was in Taxi, who had a sort of bit of a dodgy eye, like a bit of a squint. Do you remember him? Taxi. Remember that? See, I don't think we ever watched Taxi, but it's the music, isn't it? You've only got to, and that's why I use a lot of those TV theme musics in the morning on the radio show, as you well know. I just hear these little bits of music and you are immediately transported away to your childhood days when you were watching Dallas. I say child, anything up to sort of 25 years old, you're a child, aren't you? Really, you are. Come on. As you get older, you realise that. You're a child up to about 25. And hearing things like Dallas and Fame and Newsnight and stuff like that always transports me back to that time where I think I was... I was a happy child. I had fantastic parents. Best parents in the world, me and my sister. We were very, very lucky. Very lucky. Mike in Brighton says, holiday problems solved. So thanks very much. Nicolas Cage was the actor in the film I highly recommend on Netflix called Next. Next. All right. Mike in Brighton says, holiday problems solved. You could take me with you on holidays. I'm low maintenance and never complain. Low maintenance. That's me. I'm low maintenance. Seriously. I'm low maintenance, but you have to let me get on with things as well. So, do you know what I mean? If I want to do this. I couldn't do any of this if I had a man in my life, could I? Or I had another half. You couldn't do all of this. I don't think you could. You could do a bit of it, but not all of it all the time. There's my sister. Evening, Sharon. She's not happy about the crusty knickers comment. Well, wash them then, love. Well, it's not hard. You got washing machine? Wash them, love. And then and she's sitting in the chair. She just doesn't do comedy, my sister. She doesn't do the comedy at all, unfortunately. You can't make her laugh. I've tried so hard over the years. People like I should be sitting there watching Dad's Army with a straight, but don't laugh at all. Really, never mind. Fran, is Kate and William's anniversary on TV? Oh, is it really? How many years they've been married now, Kate and William? Wow, it's good, isn't it? And the other person in that film, the one in Taxi, was of course Peter Falk. Absolutely, yeah, I remember that now. Thanks, Chris. So Nicolas Cage and Peter Falk in that film on Netflix called Next, okay? George Bond likes barbecue sauce. Yes, I like barbecue sauce. Absolutely delicious. In fact, if I'm very, very rare, I Domino's pizzas. I would argue with you, probably Domino's pizzas, one of the, if not the best takeout pizza you can have is a Domino's one. Personally speaking, my favourite pizzas are the ones, I was going to say they're in the Co-op, but they're also in Lidl and Aldi at much reduced price. In fact, I was in the Co-op earlier today getting some potatoes. And those pizzas that were £5 and then £5.15 and then £5.45 and now £5.65, they've bloody gone up a lot. They keep putting these pizzas up. They're in Co-op. And they're I call them posh pizzas. They're wood-fired. They're delicious. But the same pizza is in Lidl for £3.29 and Aldi. Exactly the same pizza, just a different shape. It's all coming out of the same factory. Tastes exactly the same. Identical. They're the best pizzas. But if you want to take out one, Domino's I think are the best. But I won't pay the price. I won't pay the price. Bloke comes with delivered 20 quid for a bleeding pizza. I don't think so. If the posh one is £3.29, all you got to do is put it in the oven. I mean, is that really that hard? In fact, I put money on it that you can get yourself one of those pizzas from Lidl or Aldi. Put it in the oven. I bet you'd do that quicker than it would take for Domino's to deliver you one. 20 quid or 25 quid for a pizza. You could say, you get 2 for 1. Well, that still makes them £12 each. Look how quick I did that. £12.50 each, something like that. Ollie K, the vegan teacher, has the humour of the BBC television crew. Is that the vegan teacher or my sister, Ollie? Which is it? BBC, they don't have humour anymore either, Ollie. Does your dad say stuff like this, JK? Does he say stuff? Does he say stuff when he sees stuff on the telly and the warning comes up? We apologise if this offends anyone. Well, we used to just turn it off if it offended us, except nothing did. Nothing ever offended us watching the telly. Nothing. We would never watch the telly. Oh, that's really offensive. I don't know. Amelia likes barbecue sauce and mayonnaise. She likes barbecue sauce with a barbecue. I haven't been invited to a barbecue for ages. Actually, my friend... who's on the caravan site, Heidi. I don't know if she's with us tonight, but Heidi has asked me if I want to go round to her caravan. Yeah, for pizza. They've got a pizza oven outside now. How fabulous is that? Yeah, look forward to that very much. George Bond says I get free Domino's pizzas. How'd you get it free then? Yeah, because your nan buys it. And talking of nans, do you always know what your nan's up to, Ollie? Do you? Sorry, not Ollie, George. George, do you know what your nan's always up to? What's she doing at the moment? Do you know? Do you know what she's doing at the moment, your nan? Any idea at all? Phone lines are open if anyone wants to call in. 0208 144 3477. In the Sun. A gran led a secret double life as a gangland Mr. Big, running a Breaking Bad-style drugs lair from her kitchen. Very bad drugs. Cleaning manager, Gal Cotton, 55, imported ingredients from China. Well, that might... I bet she opened it. Coronavirus from China. The Chinese flu. People say, what? How can you say it's a Chinese flu? That's really racist. Excuse me, where did it come from? China. Yes, so it's a Chinese flu, isn't it? Like we had the Spanish flu. Where did that come from? Go on, have a guess. Have a guess. It's difficult, isn't it? No, not Portugal. No, the Spanish flu. Go on, have a guess. Where do you think the Spanish flu... No, not Africa. Oh, God, why is this so hard sometimes? The Spanish flu was from Spain. The Chinese flu is from China. It's just how it is. Sorry. Cleaning manager Gal Cotton, 55 she was, imported ingredients from... You see, when I say 55 and she's a gran, you think, oh, that's quite old. And then I remember I'm 58. I think, how old's my sister? How old are you, sis? Are you 55? 54? 55? Which are you? 5, 6... I think you're 55. I think my sister's 55. And she imported ingredients from China to cook up spice. That's the name of the drug, isn't it? Spice at home before hiding it in pen letters to prisoners. Now, I've seen pictures of people who are on spice. Seems to be quite prevalent in Manchester for some reason. I've seen TikTok videos and YouTube, and they are out of it. They are absolutely like this. I mean, they all look like they've just had a stroke. Dreadful. Why, oh why, anyone would want to be like that, I do not know. You know. Anyway, this woman, this see, your nan's probably doing this now. Have you noticed any strange parcels coming into the house, George? Eh? Or have you noticed that your nan sneaks out late at night and she's got, like, you know, certain clothes on that make her look quite nice? She's probably going pole dancing. You see, you don't know what your nans are up to. They're not really that sweet little old lady sitting there with a handbag full of mints. Not really. God knows what my Nanny Hayes used to get up to. She used to wear suspenders. Ask my sister. Sexy suspenders my nan used to wear. My sister saw them. The Sun says she used an Australian contact known as Aussie Joe. Sounds like a restaurant, doesn't it? Aussie Joe's restaurant. As an intermediary for the gear. What's gear? Oh, for the drugs. And taught herself the chemistry to impregnate paper with the drug. So I suppose she got a bit of paper. And how would you impregnate? What would you do? How would you do that? I don't know how you would do that. Maybe you pour it over and then just let it dry. Sound about right, I suppose. Cotton was busted by cops last November, who also found cannabis, which is that disgusting smelling stuff. Oh, I smelt that again this morning. This was about 11 o'clock, I kid you not, up at the drugs garage, up at the road there. All these boys are in there smoking their stuff. Well, this one was in a car. Oh, and it this disgusting smell of that stuff. It just carries for miles. They're not like cigarettes. You've got to be reasonably close to smell someone who's smoking a cigarette, don't you think? This where's the word? Marijuana stuff. This, which is cannabis, isn't it? Marijuana is cannabis. This stuff, the smell just travels so far. I can't bear the smell. Awful. Anyway, Cotton was busted by cops last November. They found cannabis, cocaine and MDMA in her kitchen and utility room in Oldham, Greater Manchester. Spice recipes. Here, have you got that one? Daniel? Can you make spice with your recipe book? Spice recipe. I mean, I've got spices downstairs, basil, coriander, cumin. I've got all those. I could make it myself, couldn't I? I could just get a piece of paper, start sprinkling it on there. There you go, mate. That's £10, please. How much is this stuff to buy? What is it called? Not cocaine. Spice. How much is that? Is that an expensive thing to buy? I could make it myself. Oh, it's not hot enough. I'll put some more paprika on. No. Oh, can you make it any hotter? You had chili powder. If there's anyone who does this sort of stuff who's watching this now, this bloke ain't got a clue what he's talking about. I know that. You ain't got to tell me. I know that already. I have not a clue what I'm talking about or whatever's going to happen in the programme. Spice recipes and key ingredients including acetone. Now, what's that acetone? Isn't that something to do for photocopiers? Acetone? Is that how you say it? Acetone. Acetone. I'm sure that's something to do with photocopiers. Anyway, this stuff was recovered, as well as text messages. Oh my God, my text messages. They're going to nick my text. Police are coming around at this moment to look at my text messages from you lot. I'm in serious trouble now. Serious trouble. Text messages with evidence of deals to lags. Should that say lads? Lags. Now, what are lags? Hang on a minute. What are lags? 1 minute. I think that is an expression, isn't it? What are lags? Lags. Fail to keep up with others in movement of development. Lag time. I don't know. I think that should say lads, maybe. I don't know. It says with evidence of deals to lags. I'm sure that should say lads. In Liverpool and Scotland, or there's another meaning that hasn't come up. One asked, how much for a book? Cotton replied, can't do books. They do not dry properly. Papers will be clear. Oh, I see. So they want to buy a book of this stuff. So she don't make books. She only makes papers, apparently. Or perhaps she should go and have lessons at a university or something. How to make drug books or something. The haul had a street value of £80,000. Gosh, you can't even. That's not as much as you can win on the wheel, is it? With Michael McIntyre, which are hopefully back in autumn. The haul had a street value of £80,000, and the Grand was jailed for 3 years after admitting drug smuggling and producing spice at Mintshull Street, Crown Court in Manchester. Cotton was known locally for helping her daughter complete a £10,000 race, 10,000 kilometre race for life event, but was snared after a tip-off to cops. So there we are. I mean, you don't. Is it maybe your nan's doing that now, George? See, your nan could be doing that at this moment. You've no idea what your nans are doing, huh? Next time your nan come round to see you, and she's sitting there on that settee. Oh, hello, how are you, George? Everything all right? Or Ollie? Hello, Ollie, how are you, Ollie? Here, come have a mint. Then she gives you £1 or £5. How much you get? How much do nans give boys now and girls? How much do you get off your nan now, Ollie? I hope you don't ask for it. Don't ask for it. Here's a little tip for you, Ollie. When your nan offers you money, say no. but she won't take it back. She'll still give it to you. Say no again, and then take it the third time. Then it doesn't look like you're greedy. Go and do that, Ollie. Tell me how you get on. What's your nan's name? She's probably busy at the moment. If she's doing some cooking and it smells funny, you know what she's up to. George says my brother-in-law works for Domino's. Okay. Vera got her sticker today. Excellent news, Vera. Vera's received her sticker. Okay, 0208 144 3477 if you're calling in on the show tonight. Now, what else have I got here? I just wanted to just check these little bits of paper here because sometimes I forget things. Good. Okay, what are we going on to next? Tesco.com. Tesco's. How many of you do online shopping with the supermarkets mainly? I've done it twice. I'd quite like to go round a supermarket. Even when I'm on holiday somewhere, I like to go in a supermarket and see how it's all set out. Perhaps that's a job I should have done. Perhaps I should have worked in a supermarket or something like that. I do like walking around, whether it be Tesco's or Asda, Waitrose, Aldi, Lidl, Marks and Spencer. I like to walk around. I love it. And in other countries, I go to another country, have a look around. Did the same in Israel, America. Barbados, interesting. Barbados, me and my mate were looking for a supermarket there. We found one, but it was nothing like a supermarket you would imagine. It said supermarket, and you go in, it's like a corner shop, and there's hardly anything on the shelves. Hardly anything on the shelves. Really? But if you do online shopping, do you ever find any funny substitutions in there? You know, like you've ordered potatoes and perhaps got batteries or something like that. What do you think? Text me your answer, 07451 287 337, or you can call in, 0208 144 3477. Just a reminder, gang, if you're trying to talk to me in a chat box or a comment section or something, okay, I don't see those comments. You need to text in or perhaps send an email or give us a call, all right? The Daily Mail reports customers ordering on Tesco.com can win themselves tech devices, including phones and wearable, by buying regular grocery items. That was exciting. Look, customers who place orders online for any 10 items from Wednesday, that's today, until next week, April the 8th. Is it next week? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 11 days. Customers who place their orders online for any 10 items from today, right up to April the 18th, will be in with a chance of winning super substitutes. It's a competition, which include devices from Apple, Samsung and Nokia. These super swaps include an Apple iPhone SE subbed for a bag of apples. So if you order an apples, you might end up with an iPhone. No doubt someone will moan, wouldn't they? Ow, we ordered apples. Why have you sent an iPhone? They won't get it because they're so thick. It's unbelievable. Or you could get a Samsung Galaxy S21 for a Galaxy chocolate bar. Galaxy chocolate bar. Or a Nokia 3.4 for Gnoshi. Is it Gnoshi? Gnushi? I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of chocolate? The new promotion, which is courtesy of Tesco Mobile, hopes to entice online customers to Tesco's.com. From today until April the 18th, Tesco Mobile is raiding the nation's shopping bags to make unbelievable substitutes in lucky Tesco.com click and collect orders, the supermarket said. Tesco Mobile super subs have been created to show how amazing things can happen when the worlds of supermarket and mobile come together, all while putting a smile on shoppers' faces. It's all right, isn't it, eh? Are you happy with that? Or would you be disappointed? You know, say you ordered that lovely bar of Galaxy chocolate and there's a rotten old Samsung Galaxy in there. Or you can't eat that, can you? Well, I mean, if I was to put a Samsung Galaxy phone in my mouth, would it melt on my tongue? No. Can I suck the life out of it? No. I wouldn't want it. I'd be most disappointed. I'd be on the phone. Hello, is that Tesco's? Yeah, I ordered some chocolate. You've sent me a £1,000 Samsung phone. I don't want this. Where's my chocolate? It'd be like that, wouldn't it? You know people will bring up like that. They won't get it. Shh. The thickness of people does my head in sometimes. Vera says they want you to spend extra money. Well, of course they do, yeah. They want you to spend extra money. That's the whole idea of it there, isn't it? George says, do you ever see those starships down your road where people order food and there's this little robot? No, I haven't seen any of those. Little drone delivery type things, aren't they? Andy said, I'd call him, but I'm a little shy. Oh, I know what you mean. I'm a shy person too, to be honest, Andy. Very, very shy. Very, very, not so shy in chariots, but I was a shy person, yeah. I've known you since 2014 and never spoke to you. When I get the courage, I will call in. The line is open for you at any time, and it will remain open for you for the next 200, 300, 400 years. I'm not going anywhere, mate. A lot of people think I would like to, but I'm not going anywhere. Thank you, Andy. Ollie says, I don't get money from her. She's tighter than a duck's rear end. Don't your nan give you money? No. Well, she wants to go do a bit more cooking then and sell her wares on the internet, mate. Ollie. Oh, that's funny, that is. Thank you, Ollie. Royal Mail, thanks so much to Gary, who sent in this story earlier on today. Royal Mail and Hermes parcels are being auctioned off on eBay. This was in the Metro today. What am I doing now? There we go. This was in the Metro today. You'd be surprised at this. And then I got something to tell you, okay? Online shoppers fear... You've probably lost a part. I've lost parcels. Funnily enough, Gary, who sent in this this story for us, he recently lost the Amazon Echo that I sent him. Well, I only had one. Amazon Echo, off in the post it went. That next day, never got there. Never got there. Shocking. Sent him a clock instead. That got there all right. The Amazon Echo didn't. Where's this stuff go? Who's nicking it? There's nothing wrong with the labels when I put them on. Believe me. As you well know, if you've received something from me in the post, you know how well packaged and labelled up my stuff is when I send it out. Terrible. Well, online shoppers fear their personal information is being sold on eBay after mystery sellers have been flogging undelivered parcels still in their packaging. So the whole box. Well, why hasn't it been delivered then if the address is on it? A number of people have expressed alarm after seeing listings on the auction website which shows sellers asking for up to £140 per bundle of items, including anything from electricals to jewellery. It sounds a similar thing. There's a programme on the telly, actually, that my sister and brother-in-law watch, where, I think it's in America, actually, where they go and bid on, like, a ship container. I don't know what's in it. So a bid go, they win the bid, then they open it up, and they've either got good stuff in there or loads of rubbish. Actually, you can do the same thing on Amazon. I remember my brother-in-law told me now. You can do the same. There's somewhere where you can buy Amazon stuff that people have sent back. And you can buy a box of it, but you don't know what's in the box. Literally. I don't know how much that would cost. Amazon boxes. Amazon return box. Here we go. Look. Amazon unsold and returned electronics. Miscellaneous pallets. Wow. Currently unavailable, so they haven't got any. They're not doing them at the moment, but you can buy stuff that's been sent by Amazon returns, maybe. Amazon returns. No. Buy returned Amazon items, maybe? What do you think? Amazon Warehouse, that's what it's called, Amazon Warehouse, I remember now. And there you can buy stuff that's been sent back. Let's have a look at the electronics, shall we? Apple AirPods, £116. Is that good? Don't know. I'll be honest, it doesn't. Oh, here we go. It's one Logitech C920, £67. That doesn't seem that much cheaper to me, to be honest. Warehouse deals. I don't think I'm looking at the right thing, to be honest. Actually, get returned items or mildly damaged. Oh, it is Amazon Warehouse. Well, I mean, that doesn't say. Actually, this camera I'm using here is top quality, Brio it is, and that was considerably cheaper. I bought that on the sort of Amazon return thing. Well, someone's selling this stuff on eBay. It says the adverts, back to this story here, up to £140 for a bundle of items, including anything for electricals or jewellery. The adverts show pictures of parcels laid out on the floor with some descriptions claiming customer data has only been removed where possible, and others admitted they hadn't even opened the mail. How are they getting these parcels then? How do they get these? Shoppers worry their personal details be on side on receipts or order information printouts that accompany the items, because sometimes you open a box and you've got a letter in there, haven't you, or some sort of form if you want to return it or whatever. Well, according to this, they leave those in there. They say the listings are frightening to see. The fact people's personal information can be passed over like this without any real thought is disgusting. The likes of the sellers and Hermes and Royal Mail should make sure those sorts of details are removed from the parcels before they're handed to any third party. Well, I just don't understand that. You know, if the address is on there, why haven't they delivered the parcel? I don't get that. Some images show where the seller has scrawled black pen across the addresses on the packaging of torn off labels, but others appear to still have labels on them, or even still have the address readable under the pen. I wonder where you buy these things for from eBay. Here we go. This one here is on eBay. Here, one listing bids up to £56 is titled 10 times bundle of lost returned mail. Raw mail, Hermes, original packaging. So you've no idea what's in this stuff. I mean, is it worth... Do you think we should buy one? If I had a bit of spare cash, I think I'd buy something like that. And we could open it and see what's in there, couldn't we? 50 quid? Yeah, I'd do that for 50 quid. Strange, isn't it, that they, even with the address on there, one of those things, there we are. Okay, 0208 144 3477 is a local London number. So I'm sorry to announce this, as it says at the beginning of there, but I've decided that this week, unfortunately, is going to be our last bingo, gang. I was having a little look at last week's, the amount of people playing last week. As over the last few weeks, it's gone down and down and down to a point where it's just not worth doing, to be honest, because what you find is that it's just the same people winning stuff. I know one or two of you haven't won anything. The same people will be just winning the stuff all the time. That plus the fact, but more than that, really, it's costing about 125, 130, 140 pound a month to run the bingo. To actually run the bingo, every time there's a bingo on, it costs me 20 to 25 quid every Sunday, and If the numbers were going up, then I'd be quite happy to carry it on, but they're not. They're going the other way. And when we bought the bingo back at the beginning of January, we had 275. Sunday, 89. Do you see what I mean? So it's gradually gone down and down and down. So that will stop as of this Sunday, okay? So this Sunday we'll have bingo, and then that'll be finished. Will it ever come back? I don't know. Not quickly, it won't, because we seem to have lost the momentum of that. I don't know why. I really thought that would work, and as you know, I spent quite a lot of money on it, but it's time to cut that now. Cut the losses and stop what's going out there. And so that was my little announcement today. All right, my darling. So this week's bingo will be the last one. I know there's one or two of you that really look forward to that, but it's just costing too much money going out. It's all right while I'm working and I can carry it. But I'm looking forward to it and I'm not seeing money coming in. All right. So, and that's the reason for that. All right. Now, would you like to look like a royal? How would you like to look like a royal? Have a look at these. To be honest, anyone who's quite good with Photoshop and anything like that, I reckon could probably do the same job. But nevertheless, this is what you could end up looking like. What do you reckon on that then, eh? You can look like a royal. Now that one there, basically, you send your picture off to a company called Make Me Royal. Oh, where's that gone now? We've only got one picture there, haven't we? Oh. Should be... Oh, there's another one. Oh, there was. We should have had 3 pictures there. What a shame. Oh, maybe I can't do that now. Let me change something. Queens, there we go. Let's try that again. Let's delete that. Image, there we go. Let's do image. Maybe there's only... I might have accidentally deleted a couple of pictures because I meant to do this a couple of shows ago now. Is that the only one I've got? Oh, there's another picture there. Okay, I'll just bring one up. I think there we go. There you go. And there we go. How'd you fancy that? Like a picture of that done for yourselves? Well, you can have that done. Going to cost you £70 for something like that. £70. They've got various different prices. 50 quid, 50 quid, 70 quid, 50 quid. All different ones. And it says, let our artists turn you into a king or a queen. Now, what one do you want to be? King or queen? Make your mind up, time. And you just send your photograph off to makemeroyal.co.uk. Makemeroyal.co.uk. And they will do that for you. Do you like the idea of that? Is that appealing to you? So have a look at that if you want. Makemeroyal.co.uk. I think it would make a wonderful picture. I think it would make a wonderful gift, like a birthday gift or something like that. But, like I said, you know, for 50, 60, 70 quid, I think there's probably youngsters out there who have... Probably Ollie could do something about this because he would have done it in school, where you can take a picture perhaps of Queen Elizabeth and her husband there, you know, with all the military outfit he's got on and her with her crown and the beautiful dresses and all that. You could probably do that, take the faces off and put yours on there. They probably look really, really good. I mean, you can see people often do this with sort of things quite amateurishly, and you can see that someone's stuck the head on there. But actually, if there's someone out there, I'm sure there are people out there who can make it really look like you are sitting there in those clothes for, like, I don't know, a tenner rather than 50 or 60 quid. But that being said, you know, it's quite nice to get something like that through the post, isn't it? It's like for my birthday, my nephew and his wife, they sent me an afternoon tea in a box, you know, which I thought was excellent. And I told you about it. And I would never go around looking up the price of something, you know, if someone gave me a Christmas present or birthday present. But I wanted to tell you about it. So I did ask Mike, can you tell me how much that cost? And it was quite a considerable amount of money. When you look what was in the box and you think, oh, that's quite expensive. You know, it's not something you would buy for yourself. But as a gift through the post for someone else... Lovely, you know, to receive something like an afternoon tea in a box and you get all that cream and all that business in there. It's quite a nice thing to do, isn't it, eh? Do you think? Some of your messages then. George says, I thought you said you was going to leave the show completely. Nope. Rachel said, really enjoyed the bingo. Understand where you're coming from. Yeah, it gets to a point where you think it's just not worth doing this now. Do you know what I mean, Rachel? So thank you for that. Vera says, I did Photoshop at the BBC. So she could probably do that. You know, There you go. That can be your homework today, Vera. Put yourself as a queen. Make yourself into a queen. Take a little face off somewhere and make yourself into a queen and send it back to us somewhere. Put it on a future show if you like. Eh? That'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? Will you do a Sunday show instead? Don't know yet. Not quite sure yet. Not quite sure what to do with it. Right. Mike says, Chris Redden wearing a tiara. Nah, prefer the Speedo string swimwear. Swimwear. Speedos, eh? Dear me. You never see anyone fit in a pair of Speedos, do you? All right. Little TikTok, a YouTube video I was watching the other day. Absolutely fascinating. Fascinating. Bees. Wonderful little creatures, aren't they? Bees. Completely harmless usually. Unless you upset them. They will attack you then. Just leave them alone. I've had bees in the garden. You can go right up to them, literally. Like, say that's a plant and there's a bee on that. You like this. Watching its little things going like that, doing all its stuff, and a little black, funny little, they got funny little legs, haven't they, bees? Completely harmless. And I was watching a YouTube video last night, and basically, there was this bees. All these bees were gathered around on this tree branch, and there were loads of them. They were just this mass of black moving stuff, literally hanging from the branch. And this bee-type person had got a beehive. And he put the beehive underneath this branch. And he had all the bee outfit on, you know, all the white. Why is it always white? Have you noticed that? You know, when people wear, that must be something to do with the bees, I suppose. When the beekeepers are doing stuff, they've always got white outfits on, haven't they? Completely white. Never grey, never red, yellow, blue. They're always white, aren't they? Have you noticed that? And he's got the bit of net curtain in front of his face and a little mask type thing. And so he's got this beehive and he said, right, the purpose today is to get those bees to start using the hive. And it was amazing. And he shook this thing down like that. Shook. And all the bees fell down to the ground. And he said, hopefully they won't be too angry. And they weren't, actually, they weren't. And he was, suddenly there's all these bees. A lot of them just drop down to the floor, okay? To this beehive, which has got a roof on it. They don't drop into the hive. There's like a long slot at the bottom of it where they crawl in. All these bees drop down and some others are flying around. Some immediately went back up to the branch, but most of them literally started crawling into this hive. It was amazing to see all of them crawling the same way into this hive, which became their new home. There's a little bee video I wanted to tell you about that I saw the other day either on YouTube. There's so much stuff on YouTube. There was something else I was watching earlier on YouTube today. What was it? I like the Dragon's Den videos. Oh, that was another one. There was a cheetahs. Cheetahs, you know cheetahs, those cats. Cheetahs. There was someone on the safari, right? And the little it was an open Land Rover. No sides. And there's this family of 4 or 5 cheetahs and they stop the Land Rover, right? And they just sit there quietly. And eventually, I kid you not, these cheetahs come over to the van and jump on it. And they're not angry or attacking anyone. They literally just lay on this thing and they're there for ages. And then one of them sort of jumps into the van and just sits there with the people in the open Land Rover. I'd be blooming terrified, wouldn't you? Beautiful things, cheetahs. So beautiful, those creatures. I love cats, don't you? Lions, tigers, beautiful tigers. What about a baby tiger? We'd like a baby tiger. And you ever see other tiger videos on the YouTube and lion videos where people have brought them up as babies, little mini lions and mini tigers. Eventually they get old and then they have to release them into the wild. And then they go back several years later looking for them. And eventually this tiger appears and comes running towards them, and you can see that they recognise them. Wonderful, wonderful. There's so much stuff on YouTube to watch, there really is. Ollie K might make his nan one so he gets money. I'll have to have a word, but I can't believe your nan don't give you money now and again. Mark Bowles said, would love if you could still do a show on Sunday. What, a chat show? Weekends won't be the same. Thank you for all your hard work and fun on Sunday nights. Yeah, thanks very much, Mark. Yeah, we might do something else on Sunday nights, but certainly a little break here with the Sundays, all right? It's a shame, really. I'm quite disappointed that didn't work better than it did. But just one of those things, you know, not everything works. Well, nothing works that I do, to be honest. It used to. I'm sure that's to do with age as well, you know. I mean, is anyone watching Bruce Forsyth anymore? Oh, hang on a minute, he's not here, is he? Funnily enough, one of my friends on Twitter, Jan Leeming, if you're of an age, you will remember she used to read the news, Jan Leeming, and I often have conversations with her, and she says no one wants an old newsreader. It's a shame, really, isn't it? It's a shame. I think if I remember Moira, is it Moira Stewart? Moira Stewart. She said the same thing once, you know. She was taken off the BBC News and replaced with young models. And these people are fantastic at reading the news, you know. A hell of a lot better than Naga Manchetti. I'm sorry, they are. You know, they keep their opinions to themselves. They're just there to read the news. Just read the news. And Jan Leeming, she also, of course, hosted the Eurovision Song Contest one year. Do you remember? She had that band around there. Amazing, really. Amazing. Vera he had to get the Queen Bee. Yeah, that's right. He had to get the Queen Bee. That's right. I beg your pardon. He did. He had to get the Queen Bee, right? And then he put her into the thing, I think, if I remember rightly. Oh, hang on. Was that a separate video? And all the other bees, they didn't climb over each other, all in like an orderly fashion, like it's a queue waiting to get into McDonald's. Oh no, that's not quite true, is it? You see people shouting and screaming in there. I've been waiting for 20 minutes. Well, wait another 20 minutes. People can't queue anymore, can they? They were like an orderly queue, all going into this hive. Amazing, really, isn't it, V? Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Mark. Have you ever been burgled? Has that ever happened to you? Happened to my nan. She was so upset. Nanny Hayes. In between making the spice and doing the pole dancing, she was burgled. Probably that's why she was out so late at night. See? They knew she was pole dancing. It's not funny, is it? Have you ever been burgled? Awful. Awful. My nan came home and she said she wasn't a very rich person, my nan. She didn't have anything of value, really. But while they were in there, they took the opportunity to open the bottles of tomato sauce and shove it all up the walls and all over the furniture. Why do they do that? What's all that about? You know, if you can't find anything, just piss off. Go someone else's house. She ain't got nothing. But they do, don't they? They mess with your home. Have you ever been burgled? It's happened to Declan Donnelly now, from Ant and Dec. He and his family were left shaken yesterday after a professional burglar targeted their home. But they were in at the time. They were in. Police rushed to the £5 million property shortly before 1 a.m. following a 999 call. The gang struck while Dec and Ali, his wife and young daughter, were sleeping. They were foiled by the home's fortress-like security and sped away from the West London property in a car. A source says the couple weren't disturbed. The first they realised anything was amiss was in the morning. The burglars fled just moments before the police had arrived. Have you ever been burgled? What was it like afterwards? Finding out that your house had been intruded by someone who you didn't want in there. You know, I don't want anyone in here at the best of times. Really, I don't like tradesmen coming in and doing work. I don't like people in my house, really. Not really. Don't like it. Family, yes, of course, family, yes. Close friends, well, yes. But people I don't know, I don't like it. Officers rushed to the scene shortly before 1 o'clock. Suspects believed to be a professional gang sped off in a car and escaped the officers by a whisker. The raiders had failed to rip open iron gates at the front of the 7-bedroom home. Deck and Alley were unaware of the attempted break-in until later. Door-to-door inquiries. And they're looking at closed-circuit television because, of course, these... people like that, you would expect. I've got little cameras around here. I've got a few cameras around here, and up at the caravan, got cameras, But like, I'm sure they've got much better cameras than I've got. What with all their money and all that. Terrible, really, to have your home broken into like that. It doesn't look like any of you have had your homes broken into. Good. I'm glad about that. Ever found anything strange in your car? The Metro reports police were left open-mouthed when they stopped a car for running a red light, only to find a sheep in the boot. Bah! Was this in Wales? In the valley? Was it in the valley? The large ewe, the large ewe was found standing in the back of a Peugeot on Loughborough High Street on Friday shortly before 9 o'clock after Leicestershire police pulled the driver over. Officers are now investigating how the driver and passenger acquired the animal, but they claimed the sheep was bought legitimately. Well, thank God for that. Because people go round and steal sheep, Oh, yes. It's a big problem in the farming community. Up at the caravan site, they lost a cherry picker. Those little things, you stand in it and it goes like that, and you can fix things that are high up. They lost a cherry picker. The vehicle was seized after officers discovered it was not insured and found to have an up-to-date MOT. Well, I very much doubt that they'd paid for that sheep. Police are appealing to the public for information on the sheep, who was taken into safety and is said to be in good health. Poor sheep. Imagine that being stuck in the boot. Dear me. Have you ever found anything strange in your car? Do you want to see a photo of this? Yeah. I'm feeling a bit peckish now, actually. A little bit peckish. Look, sheep in the back of the car. It looks a bit confused, doesn't it? There's our little sheep story. What's the time now? I think we'll wrap things up now, shall we? Oh yeah. I nearly forgot there. Remember that boat? I'm sorry, ladies. About this, but it was a woman driver. Come on, girls. Can you ever learn to drive properly? What's going on, ladies? Just a few extra lessons, perhaps? The Daily Mail. Egypt's first female ship captain says she was blamed for blocking the Suez Canal despite being on a different ship hundreds of miles away. So it wasn't her after all. All that stuff all got plucked up. Isn't it amazing how much comes through that tiny little waterway? I say tiny, it's big. But nevertheless, all the stuff has to come through that waterway, innit, in Egypt. Do they charge the ships for that? I bet they charge those ships a fortune for that, to come through that canal. Eh? This lady was working as first mate in command of the Ada 4 in Alexandria when the Ever Given became wedged in the canal, bringing the major shipping route to a halt. But online rumours and fake news headlines spread the falsehood that she had caused the container ship to run aground in the Suez. So it wasn't her after all, you see. All rumours, fake news. It's fake news, as Donald Trump used to say. Let's take a call finishing 6-4. Hello, who's on the line, please?
This is Christina from Germany.
Hello, Christina. How are you?
Pretty good.
Oh, nice to hear you. It wasn't you driving that boat, was it, my love?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't me. I was on the gondola in Las Vegas.
Oh, on the gondola. Yeah, I know, I don't think we went on those actually, but yeah, I know
I didn't
exactly
either.
where you were.
I went on the one I went on the real one in Venice.
Ah, it's wonderful to hear you, and see your pictures, and I sort of recognise every single thing that you put up there. You know. Wonderful,
Yes.
Christina.
Exactly. No, it was an interest. I get to go back again in May for another business trip. So
You're going back, are
I'll
you?
Get my,
Lovely.
and then I'll get my second jab while I'm there.
Good. Do you have to pay for yours, or is it free?
No, it was free.
Right,
It was
okay,
free. And,
okay.
and I was in the Walmart
Yeah.
just doing some shopping, and I went to the pharmacy and I just asked them, what the procedure was. And they were telling me that their online system wasn't working, but they had a waiting list.
Right.
And I put my name on the waiting list. 15 minutes later, I was getting a jab.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Isn't
So
it good?
no long lines, no having to wait for Europe to figure out how they're going to distribute jabs.
Yeah. Oh, they're in a terrible state. It's a shocking state of affairs. What's gone on there?
I know.
You see. They
keep blaming the UK for it too, which is quite funny.
I think the problem is, to be fair to them, I always try to be fair. To be fair to them, I think the problem is when a decision is made by the EU, they then have to go and ask is it 17 countries or 16 now? How many in the EU?
I've lost count. I thought it was 24.
Okay, well, so let's 24. They then have to ask the 24 countries, okay, well, we want to do this. What do you think? And then they have to wait for them all to come back again. If someone says no, then they have to rethink it and ask it again. And I get the impression that's what's gone on here. Whereas we would go one country, whether that be us or Germany or whoever was on their own, they would make a decision and then just do it. And we threw so much money at this thing, which could have gone the other way. It could have gone the other way.
Mm-hmm.
They could have sort of wasted that money and not come up with a result. But they did come up with a result, and that's why we got to the sort of front of the queue. That's how I understand it.
Well, from what I
think?
was reading was the UK put in their order before the EU did. The UK approved of the vaccine before the EU did. So, as in the company said, first come, first serve.
And America as well. I think we were first in the world to do this. I suppose, really, there would have been a little bit more of a risk for us. I don't know. You see, we're not scientists, are we, Christina? We don't really understand how it works, do we, you know?
Yeah, I haven't unpacked that crystal ball just yet.
Yeah. What do you think of this blood clotting thing? Do you think that's just pie in the sky or what?
I don't know. I mean, a month ago it was something else.
Yeah.
Then they were saying it hadn't been tested in the over 60s and everything else. So, you know, who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we get to put our faith in somebody above, you know, higher above, and just roll the dice.
Yeah, because, I mean, I wonder if there's something commercial going on here as well. So with the other manufacturers...
Most likely.
Do you see what I mean? So with the other because you know AstraZeneca are putting it out to a lot of countries and there's no profit involved. They're doing it at cost, you know, because it's actually pointless vaccinating one country and not doing anyone else. That just wouldn't work. The whole world has to be done for this to work properly, you know.
Well, that's why the EU's a bit slow, because they're trying to do, like, you know, the first 10% across the board, and then the next 10%, and then the next 10%. Which I understand it being fair and all of that, but it is kind of moving like pond water.
Yeah.
But on the other side, hey, you know, I happen to just be in the right place at the right time, and I did send you a picture via Skype. When a funny thing happened to me when I was in the Walmart in Las Vegas.
Oh.
They lock up their laundry detergent because apparently people like to eat laundry detergent.
Eh?
Yeah, exactly. It's the new condiment.
People eat. Look what they must be killing themselves.
Well, that's why it's under lock and key, along with the petroleum jelly and the nasal spray.
Well, I do know that. I mean, this is years ago. My cousin was in the police in Australia, and he used to tell me the Aborigines. You'd always found the Aborigines. They're like the what do you call it?
Yeah.
Indigenous people of Australia. There would always be loads of them hanging around petrol stations. Do you know why?
Fumes.
They would drink the petrol.
Ah.
The Aborigines would drink the petrol. Seriously. And of course they'd kill themselves. So I'm not that shocked at what you just said, but why anyone would want to eat washing powder?
Well, it was the Tide Pods, the Tide laundry detergent. But it was weird because you had the other laundry detergent like Perel and some of the others, which also had these little pods, and they weren't under lock and key. And it had nothing, and everything was all about the same price. So it wasn't a question of little 5-finger discounts or thievery.
Right.
So, yes, it was funny because on each case it said, when you get something from this cabinet, you have to immediately go to the checkout. But they had these cabinets all over the store for various departments. They even had spices under lock and key.
Isn't that the weirdest thing? I've just looked on the internet here, and there's a Harvard Health Publishing, Harvard Medical School. It's been on the news recently. Teens are eating Tide detergent pods, despite the fact that eating them can be lethal. And they're filming themselves do it. It's just the weirdest thing, isn't it?
That's not the way to have a clean-out diet.
No, it's not. You're better off to have some Epsom salts or something like that. What do you use?
Drink the apple vinegar. It's much better.
Oh, there's...
have a cup of green tea and add some red berries to it just for color if you want. I mean,
that is just strange, isn't it?
Strange. It was strange and unusual.
Oh, I don't know, my love. You're back in.
But as they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh yeah. You're back in Germany now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm back in Germany for about another month, and then I get to go back on another business trip again.
I note that Mrs. Merkel is trying to get another lockdown there. Is that right?
Oh, it's so confusing because every state here, sort of like if you have like Hampshire and Suffolk and Hartford, Berkshire, every state wants to do their own thing. They all agree on something, and then everyone does their own thing.
Right.
And Germany is just getting tired. People are just getting tired, and they're going on vacation to Spain or escaping wherever they can. And you go to these other countries, and it's just free for all. Everything's open. It's like Mardi Gras. And in Vegas, it's legal to smoke dope. You walk down the street, and you can basically get high, even if you don't inhale.
I must say, I never noticed that when I was over there. Is that a recent thing?
I think so. And they're trying to actually in Vegas get these special cafes where people can go and sit and smoke their weed.
Right. Yeah, I must say, when I was
marijuana.
there, both the times I was there, and actually, my nephew and myself, we went to Old Town. Oh, what's the name of the street?
Fremont Street.
Fremont Street. Oh, what an amazing place that is. I was a bit scared to go there. I'll be honest with you. People were saying, oh, you've got to be careful if you go there. My nephew's like, no, it'll be fine. So we went. What? And got to be the highlight of the holiday. Fremont Street.
Yeah,
what an amazing place
so much
of
color.
People, all sorts of people, and bands and drinking and food and it's every Saturday night, isn't it?
it was every night.
Yeah. But even there,
Yeah.
we didn't smell any of those cigarettes there. So I reckon that must be quite a recent thing. I was amazed at...
It might be a new thing. I don't know. It may have just happened in the last couple of years,
Right.
but it was very abundant. And it was just, my friends who I was with, we were just into drinking as opposed to smoking and drinking.
Yes.
And it was just, you could just walk down the street and you could just smell it. It was so strong.
Yeah. No, we
At
didn't.
least the quality was good. It did at least, it wasn't complete crap quality smell, but still.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I just don't like the smell at all. But that going back, there's a video of Fremont Street somewhere that we would have done. Oh, I shall never forget that. What a night that was. And my nephew, I don't drink, you see, but my nephew drank, and we got a cab there, and we got a cab back, and the cabs are not over expensive there, really. Not really. I didn't think. It was great.
No, everybody takes the Uber cabs seem to be the popular ones there.
And you remember? Sorry, and of course they turn all the lights out, and they have this light show as well, don't they?
Well, there was light shows, there was water shows.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Yeah,
There was a lot to see of Vegas that was not the one-armed bandits. There was just loads of gardens and just interesting architecture, and it was just for me very strange to see everything open.
Yeah. I should think it was.
To actually sit in a pub and have a drink.
And was it like normal? It was just like normal there.
They still had social distancing. They
All right.
still had like plastics and boards, and people were very good about wearing masks. But in restaurants it was still social distancing, which I thought was good. At least it was some effort. So, there was definitely serious amounts of drinking. They have the March Madness going on right now, or has just ended, which was the big basketball tournaments for the universities, which is a big betting event. So that was also going on. So, I'm definitely, I did at least find some good Mexican food and some really good homemade corn tortillas that were just delicious. So,
did you see
it is actually principally possible to eat cheaply in Vegas, but you do have to look hard.
Are the shows all on there?
Some are. Some are.
Did you manage to see anything there, or?
No, but I have made a reservation for 2 of them in May.
Oh, what ones?
Just some comedy shows, stand-up comedies.
Okay. Yeah, we saw while I was
Cirque
there.
du Soleil is supposed to be coming back, and they are doing some of the some more of the stand-up comedy shows are coming up. So I think it's still having to do with social distance guidelines in place.
We went to see a Cirque du Soleil, and Lionel Richie was there. We saw him. We saw this Rat Pack, people doing Frank Sinatra and
I think I got tickets for something like that at the American Italian Club or something.
Oh, I'm not quite sure where it would be now. And we saw this the Hard Rock Cafe. They had the best show, I think, really, was the show that we saw at the Hard.
That's now been bought out by Virgin and has changed over to a Virgin hotel, and they're opening up a new, different Hard Rock Cafe in another location.
Oh, right. Because that Hard Rock Cafe, that Hard Rock Hotel, that was actually quite, it was right off the strip. It was down the side. And we had the idea of walking there. It was actually quite a distance to get there. But that's where we saw, I would say, the best show, which was like a rock. It was like a rock show. But the thing, and there were all these people who were on there playing rock numbers like Bon Jovi and Queen and all that, right? And then you noticed that some of these fellas were quite old. And they were playing these guitars.
Nothing against age discrimination.
No, they were playing these guitars and drums and what have you with absolutely no effort whatsoever. They were just looking, and they were looking straight at you, at your eyes, and smiling, happily strumming away on these instruments. And then, of course, at the end, we have all the, let's just thank our guitars. And it turns out that a lot of these people were in some sort of famous band, might have been the guitarist with Bon Jovi or the drummer with so and so, and you're like, wow, and not only that, being of the age afterwards, they're quite happy to come off that stage and mingle and talk to you, which you wouldn't get with someone like Rihanna or Beyonce, I doubt. Or certainly not Mariah Carey. She's straight out the door, isn't she? Back to her private jet. No, these old blokes will come out and talk to
you. You might get Lady Gaga if you're holding a dog.
I'm so glad you had a nice time there. And you're back in.
No, it was nice to get some sunshine, and then I come back to snow.
Yeah. What about the Grand Canyon? Can you go there at the moment?
Where at? Which one?
The Grand Canyon?
Yes, you can. They were doing some tours. Yeah, they were doing some bus tours to it. I didn't. I did actually have to do a little bit of work, but they did have some tours there. People were selling tours for it. It was still quite limited, though.
Right. Is that something you might like to do in May?
I've been to the Grand Canyon before already.
Ah.
So, no, actually, what I'm hoping is if I'm hoping to go up a few days and go up to Lake Tahoe.
Oh, okay. Is that where the Hoover Dam is?
No, Lake Tahoe is in the northern part of Nevada near Reno.
Right.
And it's the big, they used to have a bunch of ski resorts, and it's where they had one of the Winter Olympics one year. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorite places in America. You've got lakes, mountains, water, snow, all in one view, plus lots of spas. Oh yes, and the spas and beauty and nail salons are all open. So you don't have to be a unibrow anymore. So life is good.
Other pools?
In Germany, it's still closed. It's still closed.
Are the swimming pools open in Vegas? See, they're all outside though, aren't they? The swimming pools. I don't think there's a problem with pools and water. That's out.
They're open. They're limited numbers, but they are open.
Right,
and it's like $20. At one of the hotels was charging $20 for a pass.
Wow. Okay.
I thought, okay, expensive pool time, but hey,
it is, isn't it? Gosh. Okay. Yeah, they had their own pool at the Excalibur, and you were just able to use that as a member of the hotel. So that kind of worked quite well,
Yeah. So, I unfortunately I was staying in a private residence, so that was a little bit different, but it was still nice.
I think the wonderful thing about Vegas is that you can just wander in and out of all the hotels, and you can have a meal in whatever hotel you choose, or a drink or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was marvellous, really, and I'd like to go a third time again. And did you do the shopping at the outlets?
I didn't do shopping at the outlets. I did do shopping on the strip a little bit because I won a little bit of money on the Keno machine and decided to go treat myself.
Right. And are you going to tell us what you won or not? You don't have to.
Oh, what I won? Well, let's see. I won enough to buy myself a pre-birthday dinner.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, my nephew had a little go at one.
So I had nice surf and turf.
Well, my nephew had a little go at one of the machines and ended up with $300.
Hey.
I think it was about $300, so he was happy with that, Yeah. I'm not really a gambler, so, I'm probably not perhaps someone that they want in Vegas, but it doesn't really interest me. I think I put about $1 in and won 10 and then walked off very happy with the $10.
Yeah, no, I think I was probably about plus minus. I just spent like $25 a day on whatever, just for fun, for a flutter. But, won 100, so use that to help pay for my really nice dinner.
Lovely. Well, Christina, been an absolute pleasure talking to you, my
Anyway.
love.
Yes.
Thanks ever so much for
And,
calling in.
Okay. Have a good evening.
All
And
right, my
everyone
love.
have
Bye-bye,
a good
love.
evening as well.
Cheerio, Christina.
And 10
Bye-bye,
points-
Christina.
And 10 points for the UK from Germany.
Ah, la deep pois. Have you? Oh, before you go, have you heard our song?
Yes.
It's quite good.
Actually, no, I haven't yet.
Okay,
but,
look it up. James Newman, Embers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with us for the radio show in the morning? I don't think you are you? I can't remember now.
Sometimes I am. Sometimes I do have to work in the morning. Sometimes.
Oh,
so
okay.
It just depends. So.
If you're with us, text us in and
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that on. James Newman and Embers, it's called, or just look it up on YouTube now.
Yeah, I could possibly.
That's
do
quite a
that,
good
yeah.
song.
Well, I'm hoping to get one of the limited tickets for Rotterdam. So.
Oh, excellent. Wow, that'd be something.
So-
That's something I haven't done yet. Been to a Eurovision Song Contest. I'd love to go one year.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can kind of smurf one. So we'll see.
Yeah, good luck with that. All right, Christina, have a lovely evening.
All righty. Have a nice evening.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye-bye now. And we are lovely Christina in Germany there, just back. Lines are now closed. Thanks ever so much for your calls tonight, gang. George Bond says one of my friends got burgled and was chasing the burglars with his pants on, was he? Well, whatever, I hope he caught them. Mike in Brighton, he got burgled about 10 years ago while he was asleep. It was a Friday afternoon. They entered my bedroom. Woke up, thought it was my flatmate. I was woken by my flatmate, was working nights, a few hours later, to be told that we'd been burgled. Gosh, I bought a baseball bat and I was told by the police it was okay to use it as long as I was being threatened and not if they were running away. Must be really frightening, mustn't it? Just waking up and seeing someone in the room that shouldn't be in there. Maureen had a break-in a few years ago, came back, the guy's still in the house, and he got out the bedroom window into the neighbour's garden and broke his glass door and got out of his front door. Oh, Maureen. It must be terrible. Absolutely terrible. And Maureen says Dragon's Den is on BBC One tomorrow night. I like Dragon's Den. 8 o'clock. Dragon's Den. One of the best things on the telly there. And one more message from V Taylor. She says, Lake Tahoe. I would love to ski there. Are you a skier, V? V does the old skiing. I tried to ski once. It really wasn't for me, my love. I try so hard. Let me just check my emails. Fran, what's that there? Fran sent me a YouTube about Britain's Tiger Kings with Ross Kemp. Thank you very much for that. Good. I think we're done there, gang. Thank you very much tonight. Time to disappear. If you're not doing anything later on, why don't you join my friend who will be on the radio for you at midnight, Mr. Alan Ross. He's on between midnight and 3 a.m. If you're around at that time, do send him a message. Do send him a message, because it's quite wonderful to receive a message when you're sitting there. I would imagine, especially sort of in the middle of the night time, someone to receive a message while they're doing their little thing. Remember, it's all a hobby for all of us. Everything we do on the internet, it's all a hobby. No one's really making any money. I certainly don't make any money from this. And they don't. It's a hobby. So to give someone a bit of encouragement, simply by a text, thank you for your show, you might want to send out on Ross later, then feel free to do so. Anyway, another chat show for you on Friday night at 8 o'clock. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. reachonair.com. If you're around in the morning, do give us a little listen. Thanks for watching and listening. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Good night now.